Ramping up your business? The time is near. You've given it heart. Now get it in gear. It's Passage to Profit with Richard and Elizabeth Gearhart.
I'm Richard Gearhart, founder of Gearhart Law, a full-service intellectual property law firm specializing in patents, trademarks, and copyrights.
And I'm Elizabeth Gearhart, not an attorney, but I do marketing for Gearhart Law, and I am the founder of Gear Media Studios, a full-service podcast studio.
Welcome to Passage to Profit, the road to entrepreneurship, where we talk with entrepreneurs and celebrities who tell their stories about their business journey and also share helpful insights about the successes that they've had.
It is time for Secrets of the Entrepreneurial Mind. So, Shekar Natarajan, what is a secret you can share with our audience?
In my case, it was my mother's code, okay? And let me tell you what that means. So, in the city I actually grew up in, there was this like weird little rule where both my brothers went to Jesuit school, and there was a rule that said 3 kids from the same house cannot go to the same school. Very weird, by the way. And it was all about giving opportunity to other kids, so that not the entire family goes to the same school. It's just like a weird thing of like the past, I guess. And my mother had a simple reason. She said, my 2 elder kids go to reasonably a very good school. And, because of the community we come in, we could not afford it, and we were really blessed to go to that school. They were really blessed to go there. And she didn't think that it was fair for her and for me to go to a school because I was the 3rd kid. It did not look fair to her. And so instead of going and protesting and fighting and doing everything, she would go stand right outside the headmaster's office every day for 1 year. 1 year. So I'm 1 year late to the school, by the way. Okay. So, and she stood there silently. She never protested, but every day the headmaster would walk out for the mass for the school. He would see her, and every time he walked back into the room, he would see her, and she would just stand there. And after a year, she outlasted the system. And the rule went away. The moral of the story is, in the entrepreneurial journey, you never know whether you're going to be successful or not. But you should have the moral courage to outlast the system.
I
to
like
get to
that.
Success.
Yeah, that's
So-
great.
So that's my code. That's what I live by. I never give up. I'm Mr. Relentless.
All right. Yay. Okay. So Curt Moore with Moat Title Security. What is your secret?
Yeah, that's a tough one to follow. That's a great story, Shekar. I think I would boil it down to be passionate about what you're doing in life. It's in my opinion, people oftentimes get drawn to making money or having fame or being well known. I think it's much more sticky if you can do something that you're passionate about and you believe in. And kind of augmenting on that, in my past career, a 30-year career, at times having between 50 and 75 people reporting directly or indirectly to me, people would come into my office and say, well, I've got this problem. What should I do? And, I would just say, well, what's the right thing to do? What is the right thing to do here? I mean, it is a complex problem, and we'd have a partner. We have some kind of other potential adversary here. What would you want to have done to you if you were on the other side of this? And so I think there's something, and it aligns with what Shekar's representing there. Just do the right thing. It's never the wrong time to do the right thing, and be passionate about what you believe in, and fight for it.
I love that. Yeah. I'm going to ask Richard now.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stick with the kind of theme that's been weaving its way through our program, which is the moral thing and doing the right thing. I think at the end of the day, having more success is not worth it if you have to compromise your own principles. And sometimes I think we can get caught up in our world, and I certainly have, and we make mistakes or we cheat ourselves a little bit. And at the end of the day, it's not worth it, because having a good feeling about yourself and doing things that are consistent with your values will benefit you more in the long run than taking shortcuts for a short-term gain. And I think that's pretty much the lesson that I've gotten out of this show.
Yeah, if you don't tell lies, you don't have to remember what you said, right?
That's right.
Well, I'm going to say for mine, I'm going to go down in the weeds a little bit. So I'm going to say to anybody listening, learn how to do the queries for the large language models. I'm talking about ChatGPT. I'm talking about Perplexity. I'm talking about Google Gemini. I'm talking about Grok and Claude, all of them, because the reason I'm saying that is they're teaching it in the high schools now to the high school kids. And if you're older and you remember when you used to be able to teach your kids how to do stuff and then it kind of flipped because they were learning stuff in school that we'd never been taught, it's going to be like that. So I think that it's going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be taking over. And I think the more you can teach yourself and learn how to do the queries, the way that the software will give you the right answer is going to help you out. And if you're ever looking for a side gig because AI took your job or something, that if you can teach yourself and how to do queries well enough that you can teach it to other people, you can always start a consulting gig, right?
Sure.
But I really feel like it's going to be important. You don't have to embrace AI 100% and love it, but you know how you have to know how to use it, how to make it work for you. And I think that's my secret.
Yeah, and I would just, kind of follow on that. We still meet people who have never tried ChatGPT. Not one.
Fewer and fewer.
Yeah, but it's so if you haven't tried it, try it. It's free, and just type in a few things and see what it's like. This is the way the world's going, and at least a little familiarity with it can't hurt.
Passage to Profit is a nationally syndicated radio show appearing in 38 markets across the United States. In addition, Passage to Profit has also been recently selected by FeedSpot Podcasters Database as a top 10 entrepreneur interview podcast. Thank you to the P2P team, our producer Noah Fleischman, and our program coordinator Alicia Morrissey, our studio assistant Risikat Busari, and our social media powerhouse Carolina Tabares. Look for our podcast tomorrow anywhere you get your podcasts. Our podcast is ranked in the top 3% globally. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and on our YouTube channel. And remember, while the information on this program is believed to be correct, never take a legal step without checking with your legal professional first. Gearhart Law is here for your patent, trademark, and copyright needs. You can find us at gearhartlaw.com and contact us for a free consultation. Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week.